But I want to ask you this question, because with the FTX, so there's a sort of perfect storm happening. There's the FTX thing that just happened. That started, I think, November 11th. America and most of the world are in recession and inflation. And I think America we have a housing bubble. We're facing like we could have a serious economic meltdown. With all of that happening right now, I've read some articles and some people saying that Bitcoin should have gone lower, but the Bitcoin and Ethereum specifically, a lot of these other altcoins have just been crushed because of this FTX thing. But it's interesting. Even yesterday, Bitcoin and Ethereum were kind of going down, but they wouldn't break past, Bitcoin wouldn't break past 15,000 or 15.5 even, and Ethereum wouldn't go below 1,000. Do you think that those two coins are strong enough? Or that, I mean, like, I know you don't like to get into a lot of price prediction, the little crystal ball stuff, but I mean, do you see that as the reason they could have gone a lot lower, but because those two are more like stronger, people have more confidence?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a resilience behind it. And I also think within the industry, I think I was discussing this with Carl actually, and Da Vinci, who's another big crypto influencer over here, is that we were just saying that, you know, if Bitcoin fails, the whole industry fails. It's the pinnacle point. For us, if you're within the industry, it really is. I mean, it's what people know of cryptocurrency. When you mention crypto, the first thing that comes to people's minds is Bitcoin. So if that fails and that goes wrong, the whole industry then will be questioned massively. And I think everyone would lose faith. So ultimately, them two tokens are, for me, for everyone, are the most important. So seeing resilience of them is actually very important, because as you say, in times of lack of resilience across recessions, across the cost of living issues, as I say, being from London myself, all I hear is when I go talk about home is just negativity, how many issues there are across the UK and how people just don't have money to spend at the moment, and our currency is actually very weak at the moment. So I think that these tokens actually give a lot of light to people. They allow people to have hope almost in a future. And as you say, in technology, I think that's one of the most critical points that anyone can understand, is when we're talking about cryptocurrency, it is not just some sort of cash token. It's that there's so much to it. The blockchain technology is incredible, and that will be the future. Most things will be run off of it. Web3 is the future. Web3 will require tokenization. Tokenization is related to crypto. It's an ecosystem which is required, is going to be the future. So even when we're talking about, times of issues, exchanges, this is actually just a very small part of what we're talking about, because exchanges are very similar in my mind to forex platforms, things like that, which have issues. But actually, the fundamentals of currency is not quite the same as the fundamentals of cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency has so many other facets that are available. You're going to have things like smart contracts. Their importance is way bigger than just currency, just fluctuations up and down. The long-term impact of it is incredible, and that's a huge point that I always want to make to people, is if you understand Web3, you'll actually understand the industry more and the importance of all these different tokens. When people think, oh, well, this token's gone down, it's irrelevant. If that has a great utility, it's not irrelevant. It's just maybe every market is struggling right now. But if it has a strong underlying utility in real world, within Web3, within the blockchain, they're the sort of tokens that really going forward will also be extremely important.
I mean, how do you see, where do you see the market and crypto in general going from here with this FTX and the economy? Where do you see it going from here?
I mean, I think the next year is going to be very tough in every industry. I think across the board, there's going to be a lot of issues. We're going to see a lot of dropouts in different companies, not just in crypto, probably far beyond crypto, where there's going to be people struggling. There's going to be, I have friends that work in retail and stuff like that, and they're just telling me that, there's not loads of businesses are probably going to fail. It's not just crypto that has this, but I think the interesting bit is understanding that there is so much potential. Maybe it's not going to be this year. Maybe, people would come up with predictions saying, oh, within the next year, Bitcoin is going to hit 20,000 again. It's going to hit 30,000, or we could see it hitting 50,000. To me, that's relatively irrelevant. I'm looking at the bigger picture of the next 10 years when we're actually utilizing this a lot more. Living in Dubai, we can start paying for things in crypto. You can buy houses here in crypto. You can buy cars here in crypto. It's very forward thinking. And when you can start doing that, it adds so much value to cryptocurrency, because it means that I can start everyday things. If I want to buy a property, I can use crypto. It's instantaneous transactions. It's quick. It doesn't require as many difficulties and obstacles as it does purchasing in fiat money. And also, it just, as soon as you can make it great for an end consumer, it opens the industry up a lot. So I think that's the thing. We're in the early infantile days. These things are going to be changing a lot. We're going to be having conversations like this many times in the next year where things have gone slightly wrong. But it's thinking about the bigger picture of, if you can start spending in it, if I can start going to the shop and using cryptocurrency, it becomes a lot more relatable to the usual person, which means we tap into a new market. So the more we make it more mainstream, the more people will adopt to it, and the more people will join in with understanding cryptocurrencies.
Okay. That sounds, yeah, I agree with most of that. I really think that there's a lot of potential here. The fallout from this FTX, who knows? But yeah, I mean, for me, I'm a little skeptical of the altcoins, but I've actually been buying Bitcoin during this dip. I mean, because it's I even if Bitcoin drops to 10,000, it'll still eventually get to 50 or 100,000 in the next 2-3 years, 5 years.
Exactly. I mean, it's thinking long. You've got to think long term. As I say, with anything at the moment, really, if you're holding any currency, anything, you're going to be thinking long term. You're not really doing short term trading at the moment. It's not that easy. And I did start with doing, day trading within the crypto world, but now for me, it's just understanding and educating people, helping them to understand why this is so important, why they need to understand it, why they need to understand money in general. Like you say, the education isn't there. So if we can use this, this sort of technologies and platforms to really explain to people about taking control of their money, I think it's incredibly important for people.
Okay. Any other crypto shows or places people you would suggest as a research, tools for people to get more knowledgeable?
Obviously, you've always got things going up on YouTube. I think it's important to look to some of the crypto influencers, but also not to always question what people are saying, because people have reasons within the industry to promote certain stuff. They have reasons to, if they're making predictions, that always for me is quite a red flag, because I just think markets are very unpredictable. Unless these people are incredible traders with years of knowledge within the industry, would I trust them to listen to, oh wow, this indicator shows that the market's gonna, that sort of person I don't trust. Listen to people that want to talk about technology, that want to actually talk about innovation, believe in what's going on, and have can analyze things in an interesting way. Don't listen to people that are going to try and predict markets, because honestly, as you said earlier, I always say this: I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you what's coming next. I'm not a trader myself. I don't have a trading background, so really be careful who you listen to, and just really want to know more about the technology behind it.
Excellent. Well, folks, where can they listen to Talk Crypto with me or watch it?
So Talk Crypto to Me is on YouTube. I obviously have my Instagram account as well, which is just my name, Lily Dowse. And I'm always, as I say, I'm always just talking about crypto and trying to talk about new projects as well. I'm trying to explain to people new projects that which will be coming out in the crypto space, not necessarily just cryptocurrency, but just talking about, as you say, blockchain, how the blockchain can be important, whether it be play to earn. We're talking about the metaverse as well. So really future thinking. Like I said, I'm getting away from archaic systems and it's all about the future on my channel.
Real quick before you go, what what projects are you looking at right now, or should we be looking at?
I think really understanding the metaverse, understanding that it's not some scary virtual world where we're literally just going to live in a bubble and be wearing glasses. If that's how you see the metaverse, and you really need to take a step away from that and just understanding how much it's just going to supplement the real world. We evolve as human beings. Technology evolves. This is the next step of evolution within the technological space. Get with it, understand what's coming, and understand what projects are going to be big, because that has a lot of potential. If you're looking as an investor, maybe the markets are not what you need to be changed. Like maybe it's making investments into these certain projects.
Excellent. Well, Lily, thank you so much for your time. I thank you for getting up early Dubai time to come on the show. We really appreciate it. Hope to have you back on to talk more crypto, because
yes, definitely,
really...
Graham. When, as we say, when something else news breaks or something starts going wrong again, get me back, and we can bring some positivity to the space, because I think right now that is what we all need.
Cool. Yeah, and if you ever want me to come on your show, I can talk about crypto from a lefty comedian standpoint.
Graham, that sounds great. Yeah, we'll have to have a proper Talk Crypto to Me session.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much, Lily.
Amazing. Thank you, Graham. Have a good day. Bye.
All right, you
Bye,
too.
guys.
All right, everybody, check out her show, Talk Crypto to Me. Really appreciate her coming on the show and spending her time to do that. And it's good to hear what you guys had to say. Yeah, her show is called Talk Crypto to Me. And her name is Lily Dowse, Douse. It's in the title of the show. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. We are still in our 9th month of demonetization from YouTube. So support what we're doing at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, which is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. It's free to sign up, and there's a premium level at $10 a month. And for that, you get everybody on the platform's premium content. Myself, Lee Camp, Ron Placone, Jimmy Dore, Whitney Webb, Kim Iverson, Abby Martin, and many, many others. You can also support what we're doing at Venmo at Graham-Elwood, and go to GrahamElwood.com. We have a PayPal button and a PO box. I also have crypto wallets, which are all in the show notes. Thanks for supporting what we do.